everybody, I've just been out to the post office because they attempted to deliver a parcel yesterday, which I know is these Chinese replacement YBR clocks, and they put a card through the door and said they were unable to deliver, even though A, I was in, and B, so was the neighbour, and they've got the neighbour's address. Anyway, that's another thing. Here it is. One of the reasons I'm filming it is because the last time I ordered these, the box that it came in was so flimsy that when I opened it up, they were very poorly packaged and the glass on the speedo was broken. Now this one's come and it's in the same flimsy packaging. Doesn't feel like there's anything protecting it inside. And on the side there you can actually see the little bit where you sort of reset the mileometer has actually broken through the box. So I'm going to open it on camera. And that's what we have inside the box. As you can see, look, there's no packaging in that whatsoever. That is pretty diabolical, really. So let's see if the glasses, stand up you bugger, let's see if the glasses have survived the journey. So far so good. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, great. We can probably start to get those ready for fitting. And by get them ready, what I mean is we are going to change out the. Does that work? Oh yeah, there we go. I thought it didn't work for a second. Yeah, as you can see there, it's in kilometres, so I'm going to put the Yamaha MPH unit in there, as long as it will fit. I've got the proper Yamaha rev counter. Even though it doesn't work, I might put the proper Yamaha one in. Someone in the future may be able to get it to work, change the ECU or something. Fuel gauge, don't know, might change it, might not. The other thing and all is obviously the main reason I bought this is because we've got the left and the right indicator, even though I believe the one I've got should utilise the left right on this side and then the engine management light on that side. I'm going to try and make this work, or make as much of it work as I can, and yeah, and see where we go from there. Actually, I might just to see what happens, I might just plug that in as is and just see if anything at all works. Last time I tried this it didn't, but it's got to be worth a go. Anyway guys, it's bloody hot outside. That's a view out my kitchen window. It's extremely bright, it's very very hot. It's 10 o'clock in the morning and it's already about 26 degrees. I'm not a big fan of the heat, but I'm going to go out there, see how much I can get done. Might have to keep nipping in for a cold one. Anyway, right, leave that with me guys. We'll get ourselves set up and crack on. Cheers. Right, before I mess about with that speedo, I want to try and get some of this front end back together. Now, this mudguard, considering the effort that I put in to repair that, which was virtually none, I don't deserve that to have turned out as good as it has. But yeah, it isn't bad at all. That is going to be 10 times better, so I need to start getting that. Oh bugger, I'll tell you what I have forgot. I've got to glue those little pads on, haven't I? Yeah, let me get them glued on guys. You don't want to see me do that. Look, I'll turn the camera on when I've got them glued on. Well, I'm getting way ahead of myself. I'm going to fit the mudguard on and I've not even assembled it, so you know the heat's getting to me already. That's that bracket inside, painted it up a couple of days ago, so we will, which way does it go? That way? We'll pop that in. I've only got some very short reach pop rivets, unfortunately. I'm hoping they're going to do the job. Right. No, try that way. Is that right? I don't look right either. Did I have it right the first time? Probably did. And what am I doing wrong there? One second, guys. Just going to check that out by looking at the video from when I disassembled it, because I cannot remember which way round that went. One second. Right, I think I know what I'm doing now. It says so it goes that way, like that. Yeah. There's only two bloody ways it could have gone, and I couldn't figure out either of them. Anyway, I think that's it. Get in. Yeah. It's got to be it. So it's one of the miles lined up. Oh shit. Slide it up a bit. That's how it goes. Right, now rivets. I've only got short reach, which the only little short ones, it's all I've got. And if what I originally said was going to put them on and use them as washers, I don't think I'm going to be able to, because it'll make it too short. So excuse me, we are going to go ahead and just see how well these hold on their own. There you go. Rivet gun's falling apart. Right, we need to sort of nipples out. Oh great, that's gone down the hole. I have to get my magnet out. There's a big crack in my paving there. And guess where that nipple went for that rivet gun? Yeah. Right. Are you in line? I think you're near enough. Let's get the right one on. Preferably without dropping it. Yeah, I think it's that one. What's wrong with it? don't think these are going to be long enough. They're not. Right, I am going to source some little nuts and bolts and do it that way, I think. The only thing holding that bracket onto the mudguard is those little rivets, and I'd prefer it to be held on properly. So I'm going to get some, I know I keep stopping you guys, it's getting a bit of a monotonous, but I need to go and sort out some nuts and bolts and then I'll come back again. Cheers. Right, I think I have the solution. We have some of these Phillips headed M5 screws, bolts, whatever you want to call them, and we have some M5 little nylock nuts. They're going to be too long, but I'm going to put them in, tighten them up, and then cut them off on the inside. And I think they're going to look quite neat actually, quite pleased with them. I bought these for, I'll tell you what they're for. They're for the electrics on the handlebar, the screws that hold the two plastic clamp things together. So I'm forever having to drill them out and cut them and what have you. So I thought I would have a selection of them for replacing, but they've come in handy for several different things. One done up and show you, and then I'll get the rest done. So I've got nothing to sort of lean against here, so yeah, that'll do. So yeah, there you go guys. We need 4 of them doing. As you can see in there, nylock nut on the other side, and then we'll just get a Dremel or a saw or something in there and just cut the excess off. Yeah, that'll do. I'm going to get that done. Cheers. Right, job done. I can't see bugger all in this sunshine, but there you go. We've got 2 Phillips head screws. I was going to glue on these foam strips again, but do you know what? I don't know what I've done with them. I've bloody looked everywhere. It's age, isn't it? Put things down, I ain't got a bloody clue where they are. I'm going to bolt it on anyway, as is. Not sure how important they are. Not very, I suspect. But if they're needed, I shall put them back on. I believe I can put them on after the event, so yeah. Pop this back on, then I might start tinkering with the what do you call it, the speedo. Okay, right, get a spanner and tighten that up. Well, you've seen me do the front end anyway, so we're going to start whacking that back together. I will probably bring you back at the point where we start bleeding up the brake. I'm showing you that before, but you know, if some people struggle with bleeding brakes, sometimes I struggle with bleeding brakes, so we'll probably do that on camera. So, but let me get this front end back together, and then we'll see where we're going from there. Cheers. Right, that's all back together, and from this distance it looks good. I kind of like a weird sense of humour, I suppose. I don't know if you can see that, guys, but there's like a scar on that mudguard where I welded it with the soldering iron, and it's like it's like a pub brawler. You know, he's been in a fight in a pub in South London, and some geezer slashed him. Yeah, and there you go, he's got his scar from when some geezer in a South London pub slashed him. That's how I see it anyway. Right, I've been watching too much Craze, I think. Right, got the reservoir open. We're going to do the brakes, in case you hadn't guessed. There's some shitty old fluid in there, but we're going to work that through. That's my setup, so we need to pull the lid off that one-handed. I'm running out of brake fluid, but I've got enough here. So we will top up that reservoir a little, not too much. And I have down here, I have my what do you call it, my vacuum pump set up there, and I have a spanner on the bleed nipple, and we are going to pull up some vacuum. See how this goes. Don't always work out. Sometimes it just works out easier to do the conventional method, but let's see how this goes anyway. Not good because it's come off. So we pump up some vacuum and release the bleed nipple. And that vacuum's going down and it's sinking back down, and at the same time it's pulling the air out. It's also pulling that shitty old fuel out as well. So before that goes down to the very bottom, I'm going to close that off again. Oh, check the fluid, which has gone right down. Probably too far down in actual fact. I've probably just pulled a load more air through. So top up and repeat. So with all that brake pumping and what have you, these things, but they're limited. Okay, get that off. Yeah, not too bad. Pump that up again. Check the fluid. Yeah, a little top up. What have we done with it? What have you done with it? You've hid it. It is blazing hot today, guys. Too hot for me, to be honest. Right, I'm going to try and show you what's happening in that pipe before I just sort of carry on with this. So, what's the gauge? So we'll pull up a load of vacuum. So there's a lot of vacuum in there. And if you watch the pipe when I crack the nut off, you'll see it start using that vacuum to pull the fluid through and pull the air through. So before it sucks all the fluid through, we nip that off. Okay, see if we've got any sort of a break. No. But then I didn't expect to have, because the pads are a fair old way from the disc. So yeah, that's what we're doing. We're going to carry on doing that until we get a brake pedal. Cheers. Right, and that's done. We have a semi-decent brake. It could be better. I might look at getting a new master cylinder, simply because there's an awful lot of movement in that lever before it actually comes into contact and does anything. So I may look at see how much a replacement is. It's got a brake, I think it's good enough to pass the MOT anyway. And as you can see, don't know if you can see, because I can't see a bloody thing anyway, but yeah, it's pulled all that shitty old fluid out as well. So yeah, that's the brakes done. We're getting to a point here where we're going to have to stop soon, because we're again, say it nearly every video now, waiting for parts. I have got the clocks to do, putting that off because it's not a job I particularly want or enjoy, but it's a job that's got to be done. So yeah, we'll end it there for now. We may or may not come back and do a little bit more today, because it's too bloody hot. I'm just not a fan of the heat at all. I really can't stand it. So yeah, we're going to wrap that up for now, and we will return to this on another day. Cheers guys, bye. Hi guys, just a quick update. The front brake reservoir, few issues with that. One, nothing much, but it's grazed along there. Two, it's bent downwards. I don't know if you can see that, but it's bent downwards. I could probably try and straighten it, but it might break. Three, the brake light switch is broken off, and it looks to be damaged where it goes in again as well, so I don't know if I can get that in if I tried. And 4 was the original problem I pointed out, but bloody hell that sounds like the neighbours having a party. Yeah, there's a lot of movement in that. So yeah, I've reached out to our Chinese friends again, as I usually do, because I'm a tight ass. Whole new unit coming, reservoir, lever, brake light switch, everything, the whole shebang. AliExpress, £10.87. Should be here by August 9th. Now, what am I going to do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to crack on and do the job that I don't want to do, that I've been putting off, and that is try and make myself a set of clocks where as much of it works as possible. And I know I'm not going to do I'm not going to get the rev counter going. I'm pretty resigned to that, but yeah, everything else, I've got all that junk in there. I think it's sit in the living room. Wifey's not here, we'll do it in peace. And as you know from what Ted said earlier, we've got the new Chinese KMH clocks, which will give us a decent tidy looking case to try and build some YBR stuff into. I'm going to crack on with that, let you know how we get on. Cheers. Hi guys, and welcome to the living room of Bertie Bodgett, who's been bodging it. Right, I have wired up that and I've tested it, and as far as I can tell, absolutely everything works with the exception of the rev counter, which I knew wasn't working. I'm just going to live without that for the time being. It's got a nice new front on it, so it looks cool. As you can see, we have the proper Yamaha rev counter, even though it doesn't work. We have the proper Yamaha MPH miles per hour, and we have the left and right indicators, so that hopefully we'll be able to go back on and more or less work now. I've just got to tidy up the back and put the back on and just a bit of titivating. So yeah, that's more or less done. Happy with that. One thing I will show you though, I've crimped all those wires on using my wire crimps, and I'll show you what I do. I don't know if you guys use these, what everybody uses, these plastic coated crimp on terminals, and I have got them and I do use them occasionally, but I don't like them. I find them unreliable, and and they tend to come off. What I bought, and it wasn't very expensive, and it's come from AliExpress. You don't get the box with it, but you do get the terminals, and these ones are much better, and I will demonstrate what I mean. Now let me just grab a terminal, like a spade terminal. So there you go, that's the terminal that you get with it, and then you use these special drop it on the floor crimp pliers. So what you do is you set your terminal in the crimp top pliers like that. You get the wire that you want to crimp, and you don't have to shave much off the insulation. Look, I've got a very small amount shaved off there. Pop it in, crimp, and look at that. Isn't that much more professional, much better looking, stronger? You know, that ain't going to come off. And then we've got these plastic covers that also come in the kit, so we can slide that on. And then we've got a very professional looking insulated crimp. So highly recommend that, highly recommend them. They are really, really good. Just thought I'd show you. Anyway, I'm going to pop these clocks back together, and we are going to try and get them back on the bike. We are moving forward. Absolutely wonderful. Cheers. Right, let's get these clocks bolted on, hopefully for the last time. Get out. It does look so much better with a set of clocks on. It's unreal. What an improvement. We've got some wiring to tidy up in the headlight bucket, and when we've done that we can hopefully get the headlight on as well, and then it really will look the business. When I got this, it had no lock, no clocks, no light, nothing. There we go, guys. Oh, let's sit there. Now, that looks so much better. It is a shame about that rev counter, but you know, I will keep my eye out for a reasonably priced ECU, but unfortunately, and I don't know whether this is just me being tight or whether it's a statement of facts, but I think a lot of people now breaking bikes are very greedy to the point that I see stuff listed on eBay which is relisted and relisted and relisted, and they just will not drop the price on stuff, and clearly people are just not going to pay it, but the greed mentality takes over. So yeah, unfortunately that does prevent a lot of people putting bikes back on the road that would otherwise be okay, and probably end up breaking themselves and doing exactly the same thing. I hate seeing a bike broken up, regardless. That's probably why I'm so dogged over that Tamaretti. I mean, it's scrap, it really is scrap, it wants scrapping, but I just don't like seeing a bike scrapped. So yeah, if I can give them a new lease of life, it's a personal achievement for me, and it's another bike on the road. Anyway, I'm waffling again, so I am going to I'm probably going to wheel it into the conservatory actually, because it's too bloody hot out here. I'm going to start tidying up the wiring in that headlight binnacle. Got a few connections to make, a bit of insulating to do and what have you. Then we can see about getting the headlight on it. Right guys, cheers, bye. Right then guys, we have done as much as we can and we've made some damn good progress. There we go, headlight on, all working, clock's on. Yeah, it's looking pretty good if you ask me. This now goes on hold while we wait for the final bits to turn up. Then we can see about chucking her in for an MOT. I think she's more or less ready. But that's where we're going to leave it today. We've too bloody hot to do anymore, to be honest with you. We will probably crack on and do a bit more with the Tamaretti from now on in, until these bits arrive. But yeah, thanks guys. If you want to help me out and hit the subscribe button, which is there or there somewhere, and hit the bell, you'll get notifications when I upload more of my rubbish. Anyway, that's it. Me done for the time being. This is Bertie Bodgett signing off. Cheers.